Hello and welcome to The Boys Next Door, this whatever the hell podcast we are currently producing on YouTube. This is the virtual boy and
This is Polish death camps.
yes, Polish Death Camps, the name that just keeps on kicking.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? What is this podcast? What is this podcast?
I think this is a podcast for people who don't get irony.
That's what this podcast is. It's like I am as ironic as fuck. Okay, so hold on, real quick. Before we get too deep into this, hopefully the YouTube title will illustrate. This is the introductory "What the fuck are we doing?" podcast episode. So the Boys Next Door is just a thing that two amigos decided to do. And we like to talk about stuff. We like to talk about movies. We like to talk about current events. We like to talk about the internet. I would like to talk about a lot of other YouTubers. Everyone and their grandmother has a YouTube account these days. It feels like anyway. And so when my ambition was sparked by the 2010s. The 2010s are almost done. We're already like a good couple months in 2018. That's only like 2 more years in the 2010s, and then we're done. So we know we got to get into this shit before all traditional media is just destroyed. There's no more newspapers or television or anything. It's just the internet and streaming things. And before that happens, us as young entrepreneuring young people who have been born in this age of newfangled technology have to take life by the balls and try to get our piece of the pie.
We need to go west, young man.
We need to go west, young man. The east is too smoggy, too populated. We must go west. And we must stake our claim and create our homestead. And so our homestead shall be named The Boys Next Door.
Yes.
Yes. That is our slice of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, and we also have various agendas to push.
Oh, we have various agendas. The fun thing is we have competing agendas.
Oh.
That is the fun thing. I think that will be the taste of the podcast. Is that
right.
We are both very similar-minded people. Our general core personalities mesh quite well, but some things are like no.
Yes, you need to sharpen your blade with conflict against.
Oh yes, yes. No, all conversation is conflict. All interaction is conflict.
Right.
A man must rise to the occasion, and among his friends, they must explain why the fuck they are wrong. That is what good masculine friendship is all about. It's all about having friends that you value deeply, and then telling them you're incorrect. That's what a lot of masculine friendship is all about.
You're searching for truth.
We are searching for truth. We are two gay Greek men with ill-equipped lamplights searching for truth, and we're looking for honest men.
Yes, and we're illiterate, and that's why we're recording this.
Yes. And we're illiterate. We can't write things down. We are like our old man Socrates, the man who started all the shit talking from the very beginning. We can't type. We can't do anything. All we can do is just speak into the abyss, into the vast, wide, black, inky darkness that is the shitty bits of the internet. And
Which is why we need your help.
Which is why we need your help. We need you to be our third party member. That is a quintessential aspect of this podcast. Is that you yourself are actually you're sitting here with us. You're hanging out. You're here. Welcome. Yes, and again, the comment section is open. I love the comment section. Some people hate. Some people hate the comment section.
Is that a promise you will react to everything?
I will not react to everything, but I will always have the comment section open. That is a Boys Next Door promise. We will not close the comment section. What do you think, Polish death camps?
Well, I think that we're going to regret this.
No, we're gonna love it. No, man. Again, I will stand by my philosophical position that all social interaction is ultimately conflict of ideas. Yeah. I'm very much a Hegel kind of motherfucker. I love there has to be a thesis and an antithesis, and through the collision of two contrarian ideas, there will become a new flowering of jism. and it will be.
Alright, well, like, people can't really slur you. Like, they can slur me.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're two anonymous voices on the same channel, and we're hokey dokey okey pokey.
This is true.
Yes.
Nobody knows that you're a dog on the internet.
Nobody knows that you're a dog on the internet just recording. Nobody knows.
Yes.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
So, I don't know, man. Like Polish death camps again. What do you hope to accomplish with this program?
I hope to accomplish taking a critical look at social change. One of my agendas is, of course, the salsa agenda, which is the turning of the United States into a Latin American country.
See, already, I am not part of the salsa agenda. I'm okay with the salsa agenda.
Mhm.
But this will be one of the things. This will be one of the things.
Yeah, there's absolutely room for people who are neutral, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I hope to really look at the intersection of pop culture and technology. I love gadgets. I love artificial intelligence. I love the idea that so many of the systems that we built as humans can be crushed by something more efficient.
That sounds gay.
What?
That sounds like the gay agenda in a nutshell. That's something more efficient, more sexually permissible, more partners, more intimate connections. That sounds like you. It sounds like.
Yeah,
What do you think about the homosexual agenda?
Oh.
Polish death camps.
Well, I think
The heterosexuals are lagging behind. The homosexuals are streets ahead. They could just like wink at each other, go off in a room, and then fucking figure it out. Heterosexuals are fucking noobs. They're fucking,
yeah, get with
they
the
don't
fucking program.
get with the fucking program.
Yeah.
This is a very pro-slut podcast. On either gender side or either
Pro whore podcast, I would say.
Whore.
Get those
because you need to
points
get there has to be a utilitarian aspect of relationships, of
Yes.
course. If you're not getting something, then what are you doing?
Mhm.
Either it is monetary compensation, or it is or social prestige, or truly most glorious of aspects, the emotional and romantic connections of individuals. I know, gag me with a spoon. Am I right, Polish death camps? All romance is dead in the 21st century. I know.
All romance is dead, but I want to stay open-minded with Boys Next Door. I want everybody's minds to be open to different perspectives, understudied perspectives, conspiracy theories.
Yes. I like Alex Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Polish Death Camps does not like Alex Jones.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch him, but...
I watch him sometimes, and he is a ball. He's fun. A lot of people are like, what about Alex Jones saying that the Sandy Hook killings was a government psyop? It's like, to me, that's a very amusing meme. However, it got enough freaking traditional media attention that he was asked to be interviewed by, like, I think it was like, what is it, like CNBC or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Alex Jones, you memester. I love you. I love you so much. Just for your energy, just for what you provide. Polish Death Camps, you ever watch the Eric Andre show?
Only bits and pieces.
Only bits and pieces that I probably have shown you during those late nights. I'm a big fan of the Eric Andre show. This is that's also one of the big impetuses for me starting this show, is that because nobody knows who the fuck we are, and also we have like no viewers as of recording. We can just talk about whatever.
Yeah, we're not beholden to certain interest groups like the families of the children that were shot at Sandy
Yeah,
Hook.
no, it's like, the Sandy Hawk's children. This, like, you know, they died. They dead. They be dead, and they're not coming back. And if I talk how Alex Jones is cool for posting a video about how it's a conspiracy theory that children were shot, you know, that's just it's YouTube network, baby. I guess.
Yep.
Whatever. Again, I also think is unfortunately, I'm not entirely red-pilled. I'm just gonna fully admit it. I'm not. I'm a blue pill on my way to red pill.
So you're
it's
purple
like,
pill.
I like purple. I'm a radical centrist. I follow the same route as Benjamin Franklin. I think that with like motherfuckers.
So you'd like half the amount of school shootings that we currently have.
We should probably cut them down. We definitely should cut them down. We should keep some of them because that's what keeps the United States interesting in comparison to our fucking faggot Euro fuckers. You know, we have to have something.
Right, just like the sexy danger.
It's the sexy danger of living in the U.S. of A. It's like some Euros are like, oh, how can you live in the United States with all these race riots and all these gosh darn white boys shooting everybody and all these other who's its and wasn't. It's like, listen, man, Euro fag.
You get hard and you get tough.
You get hard and you get tough. You get a gun and you get good. Like that's what Dark Souls taught me, and this is I hope that you learn this from this podcast. But anyway, the Europeans, they don't even have guns and they still get killed by trucks and mudslimes. What do you think about that?
Well,
if you don't know what a mudslime is, it's a Muslim. We are already demonetized. Thank you.
Okay.
So yes, I have a soft spot for children, and I don't fully believe in Alex Jones, but I do believe that we should call people names.
Yes.
That's one of my big things. We should call everybody every name ever. Everyone should be insulted. Everyone is fair game.
Only if it's funny.
Only if it's funny though. We shouldn't be too ill-spirited. We should be like temperamentally ill-spirited. Even against the.
Don't punch down. Basically, don't punch down.
I think we should punch down sometime. I think don't punch down school shooters.
Yeah.
Yes, don't punch down school shooters.
Yeah.
They're a minority class all among themselves. But.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like driving a truck into people, I don't think you're pretty high up there. I mean, I have to look up at you. You know, you're driving the truck. Like that's punching up. That's not
punching up. Yeah, no, you can't punch up.
Yeah,
never punch up. Never punch up.
So we have rules. We're civilized. Okay?
Oh no, we're very civilized. Okay, hold on. Another theme that we actually would probably have conflict on. Polish death camps. Are you left-leaning communist in the traditional sense? You don't like capitalism. I know that that is kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think there are things in life that are more important than making shit tons of money. So.
See, again, very antithesis to what this podcast is. We are here to make maybe money, but I say that with an asterisk because we also like just shit-talking people, which is counter to our money-making goal. So I don't know what we're to do about this debacle. We'll figure it out.
Be a radical centrist about it.
Be a radical centrist
about it. Go to the
edge,
but don't say...
Exactly. Don't say... Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Just don't say that. Don't say that. Of course. We gotta keep.
We'll say truck drivers.
Of course. Only truck drivers.
Yes. So flirting that sort of line in between like not being profitable versus not being truthful. I think this is.
Are we truthful? That's another question. I like being funny. I like shit talking. I think that very much like the phrase "we should use lies to tell the truth."
Yeah.
I like jokes. I think that we should express our feelings, which might not necessarily be factually true.
Metaphors, right?
I love metaphors.
Yeah.
I love just expressing how I feel. However, like how I feel is a fact.
Absolutely.
And there you go.
Emotions are realities.
The way that I feel is a fact. However, it might not necessarily alter reality, but me stating my opinion, you can have on record that I said this thing. Yeah. That is enough of a fact for me.
Yeah. It's a social reality. Money is a social reality.
Oh, money is the realest fake thing that we will ever have. It is both our God and our devil. It is our redemption and our damnation.
But we haven't sold out yet.
We haven't sold out yet, but with your help, we can. If we get enough subscribers and enough viewers, we can sell out as much as possible. We can increase our antics.
We can have orgies where we.
We can. No. This is depending on the YouTube regulations, we will skirt the line and we will possibly do certain things that is close to the idea of an orgy. Depending, if you become a Patreon Patreon today.
You can hear sex noises.
You can hear sex noises. You can hear ASMR. You can ask questions directly to me, the virtual boy, or to
Polish
Death Camps. What? Yes, because we should say Polish Death Camps like we were like 10 a.m. radio DJs on the AM stations.
Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna do a mix of like cheesy shit and authentic shit. I think is kind of the deal. If you can't tell, I'm more on the cheesy side, and my compatriot here is more on the authentic. So it depends on how you want to phrase it. I don't know.
More on the hard and crumbly side.
Yeah, no. Polish Death Camps is very hard and crumbly, despite what his name might imply. The Virtual Boy being such a internet name that is just like wacky video game commentary. Come on, guys. What was Dark Souls 3 really about? It's like, yeah, I know what but yeah, we're gonna try to mix those two stupid energies together.
Yes.
And hopefully it will make a good consumable product.
Yes.
I love my capitalist terms.
Yeah,
I love capitalism. I love capitalism.
Okay.
No. You should understand. Voluntary exchange is my fetish. It is the greatest.
Sure, I mean,
it is the greatest fetish.
Too, but
I know, but that's what a lot of communists don't like to recognize. It's like, oh no, people shouldn't agree to things. We should just force them into doing the good, even though the good is such an elusive, abstract concept. What is good? We should not just have a command economy.
On the streets is good.
Yeah, in general, sure, we shouldn't have people dying on the street. But like, what is? This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
My main communist beef is they will use like the condition of, oh, we're in a state of emergency. We should not give a shit about private property. We should then just do whatever the
that
whatever.
Sounds like war communism.
It does sound like war communism, but it's just kind of what comes to mind whenever I think of like, oh, we should do this. Which is why for example, on the school shooter podcast or whatever the fuck, I'm not in favor of legislation right after a big emotional event happens. I know that's how like politics happen. Like I know that's how politics works. You need like the actual impetus. You need people actually paying attention.
Yeah.
You need people to listen to you. And unfortunately, that's just how human beings are. And I don't think that's necessarily going to change anytime soon.
So we should solve problems when they're not pressing and relevant.
We should solve them when, legislation is a dish best served room temperature or slightly warm. It should not be piping hot. It should not be fucking like boiling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. And to me, like right after there's a massacre in a public school building, the fucking water is boiling. We should fucking take our vegetables out. We should take our vegetables out. We should. That's also a thing. But another thing is, I don't like it that a lot of Democrats don't know shit about guns. Everyone should go to the gun range. Anyway, that's what I think. Everyone, go to the gun range. We're going to have a good, nice, like, family weekend at the gun range. We're all going to get a basic tutorial. We're going to go take the full 8-hour course or the fuck. We're going to go through all the different weaponry. From the 9mm Glock to the AK-47 and the M16s and the AR-15s and all the other who's-its and was-its.
AR-15s at the gun range.
Yeah, why not? If anything, AR-15 is actually probably more commercially available than like military-grade weaponry.
It's a semi-automatic weapon.
Yeah, but again, that's the whole controversy is that you can get an AR-15.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, there's no sport in it. Like if it's
no. It's not sport. We're not hunting. We're just at the range and we want to see what humanity has created in order to destroy. This is just a fun weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to the range. We're seeing what the fuck we can do with what humans have developed, and then afterwards we'll digest our experience at the gun range and really think about the matter with the knowledge of what the fuck guns can and cannot do.
Well, you can't really say you know what guns can and cannot do until you've seen like dead children on a school floor.
Oh boy. The dead children!
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just gonna parade all the dead children. What about all the alive children?
Yeah. He was a good boy.
He was not a good boy. No, fuck all the spree shooters. Like, I don't fucking like spree shooters. Fuck them. And also, I fucking cry for the goddamn dead children. That's just not. I just think it's kind of mean to like, let's say, like, to a like not even like a hardcore Republican, just like someone who just like generally doesn't like wants understandable gun legislation, and then you're like, ooh, what about this dead kid? What about the parent of the dead kid? You're an asshole for even bringing up a dissenting opinion. No, I love dissenting opinions. We should always have dissenting opinions.
Yeah.
We should always have just people being like, listen, I was not at all affiliated with like like this goddamn mass murder. I was up in like, I don't know, whatever the fuck state that has like fairly lax gun laws or whatever the fuck.
Vermont.
Does Vermont have, they probably do. I was up in Vermont, and I've been a gun owner for like fucking years, and I even like show like my 15-year-old how to like shoot guns.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, like, I'm just saying, they have an opinion. They might not like, they're not like the right opinion, but it's like there are people who have had a healthy relationship, do not do anything weird with their weaponry.
Yeah.
And like actually have a much more intimate and much more actual real relationship with guns than like most of the people who just suffered a a goddamn tragedy.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just look guys, we just all have to come together and like go to a good lunch. I think that a lot of
beer summit.
We should. Okay, look, I'm a big fan of beer summits. I know that people are like, oh, the beer summit, Obama. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Like, no. I like Obama. I like Obama because he was a radical centrist. He killed motherfuckers. I like that. I like that in a president. It's like, oh, I like that. I like that set. Oh, no, he's a Democrat, but also like he came to the center and he realized that to be president is to talk softly and carry a big stick. And also, he always looked good in front of a crowd. He always spoke well. He always fucking knew how to He had a very soft-spoken manner that allowed him to do fucked up shit behind closed doors, which is what a president should do. We are on so many levels of irony right now, I don't even know. Anyway, Obama, I like you. If you're ever on the show, I don't know. You'll never be on the show. Let's be honest here. It's like, not because I won't allow Obama to be on the show, but he will not show up with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds and like hang out. However, as soon as I said that, I remember that he did a internet what's it called?
Ask Me Anything?
No. Well, he has done Obama has done an AMA, but like fireside chats. He's done fireside chats with air quotes with like internet YouTubers who came to the White House, and they were given like 10-15 minutes to like ask Obama questions and like just speak with him for a bit.
Right.
And they even gave like sets that were reminiscent of like the YouTubers like fucking bedrooms and like shit. And like they were similar, so even the YouTubers had a home turf-esque advantage. Anyway, the point is, Obama even gets more points from that, just because that was a cool way of doing stuff. And as a YouTube internet person, I give all the power to YouTubers. All the YouTubers should be able to ask all the questions.
Yeah.
YouTubers should be loved by the public and loved by the political
power to the YouTube proletariat.
Yes, power to the YouTube proletariat. That are also fucking spoiled as fuck because we can afford equipment. Well. Yes. Radical centrist, everyone will get snarky comments. But yes, rise to the YouTube proletariat. Yes. So what the fuck is this podcast? What the fuck? Like, back to the main question of this discussion, I guess. What is this podcast, man?
This podcast is a place to give you guidance. We'll tell you to clean your room.
Yes. Okay, this is another thing. I am looking at my co-host right now.
Yeah.
So, I am a big Jordan Peterson fan. I know, God, the white boy who likes to talk too much likes the psychologist who likes to talk too much.
The white philosophy major, boy.
Yes. Technically not a philosophy major. It is political science and history with interdisciplinary studies because
You're already proving my point.
Because my university
actually,
my university does not have a philosophy major, and the minor was too much of a bitch because I had to transfer.
All right.
But anyway, Jordan Peterson is my nibba, and we actually could get him on the podcast because he just loves being on every single YouTube podcast ever.
Yeah.
But now he'll
sell like $15 personality tests.
I will say he actually doesn't sell too much shit besides his book, which at least he said was in the works for a while. I'm just saying, Jordan Peterson, you could possibly give him some names. I would not call him a sellout necessarily. He has enough free content that he's pretty communist friendly. If you want to use that kind of phrase. I don't know, man.
Look into that.
I was gonna say also a lot of his book is just basically edited down written versions of his lectures. I'll get his book if you want to have a podcast on that.
Oh hell yeah,
we could do that. I also want to get Milo Yiannopoulos is Dangerous. It's another thing we can do.
Yes.
If you can't tell, podcast listener, we're kind of on that side of the internet. We like those.
We like being curious.
We like being curious.
We like sampling the flavors.
Yeah,
we're asshole.
Yeah, we're big fans of Reuben Report. We're a big fan of again, if anything, we're more of a cesspool. Not cess isn't bad. Cesspool is just like. All those guys are connected, and we're just like we're the young bucks just catching the wave. That's maybe who we are.
Right.
That's okay with me though. Again, we have 0 listeners as of recording, so
good.
Yeah, good. I mean, not good that we have no listeners, but like good. We're letting you know kind of what we like already. On a similar note, just to set the tone of like what the fuck we typically consume like media wise. On social media, what is your social media of choice? Polish death camps.
Well, lately I've been reading more technology focused news, but I like to read Univision, Telemundo. What can I say? El País.
Oh boy. All right. Well, anyway, I was a Reddit fag growing up. Also a big 4chan fag.
Did you ever do Dig?
I went on to Reddit after Dig. That's like I actually didn't. I only went on Dig very sporadically. I don't know. I remember Reddit became big I think at the end of my middle school years is when I really got into Reddit. I don't know what the fuck I did.
I may have gotten into Reddit earlier because usually these are populated by programming people first.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I was on Dig before Reddit, and then
I only went on Dig because I wanted to know how to make a Master Chief costume, and they had before 3D printing became cool, they had 3D sort of made out fucking cardboard. And they had cardboard pictures of of the Master Chief helmet, and some people who were had a bunch of money in the 2000s could make it out of whatever the fuck plastic resin or whatever the fuck they had in their backyards. I was never that cool. I did at some point buy a ODST helmet for $150 from some guy, but it wasn't that good of an actual helmet. It looked cool on my mantle, but it was terrible to wear. Anyway, that's a complete segue.
So the model of people saying what they like in quantitative terms, right? This is 500 upvotes, this is 1,000 upvotes, really sort of shifts the power dynamic, right? In terms of media, from which sources do I trust? I trust CNN, I'll look at CNN, to, do you like
the upvote system or do you not like the upvote system?
I very much like the upvote system. I think it's very egalitarian. The idea in the abstract, right? Full communism has not been implemented yet.
Oh boy.
So, yeah.
See, I thought you were going to be democracy is cancer and that things that are popular get upvoted. But this is more
well, there are different ways to sort the votes, right?
Yeah, there's different ways to sort the votes. And also, depending on the subreddits, depending on the audience that upvotes really is the important thing. Because, yeah.
Yeah, so talk about, here's one example from Reddit. There's a famous Ask Reddit thread that keeps on recurring, which is, if all laws were suspended, what would you do? And in the early days of Reddit, because of the young male audience, the top comment would be I would rape a bunch of people. Now, it's totally downvoted to hell. Nobody sees it. But if you sort by controversial, then you get to see that sort of perspective. Right?
You know what? Let's be controversial for a second. Again, Polish death camps. If all laws were disavowed for 24 hours, would you rape people? Would that be on your list of things to do?
That would not probably happen within the 24 hours that I'm given. Yeah. There's just
not enough sexy people in your immediate proximity. I know.
You have to consider, right? How are you going to travel? If I don't know if time stops in this instance.
Time does not stop. It's just it's literally, again, laws are a social meme. We're just not doing them for a day. You are where you are when the time the purge. The purge is happening. That's basically what the scenario is, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you also have to consider, like, what happens after, the 24 hours. Like, will it be an inconvenience?
You know what? That's the big thing with fucking Purge movies. Like, if you fucking kill somebody, their fucking family or whomever knows them won't fucking like you, and they might just kill you anyway. Just like even if it's legal, they might just kill you anyway, just because fuck you.
Yeah, talk about like if rape is a priority, that must mean that the person who's expressing this is like sexually frustrated.
Yeah.
Or that's a social issue. That's a social problem, and to simply bury them, to not give them a voice, it's like, well, it's like suppressing your emotions,
Yes. Okay. Again, this is one of the big things on this podcast. Fuck suppressing emotions. We're in the backwater. All emotions should be on the table. People have a right to fucked up thoughts. You don't have a right to do fucked up things.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to fucked up thoughts.
Absolutely.
You should be as fucked up in your mental mindscape as you possibly can be.
Right.
I mean, okay, again, like mental health and all that.
We like to work through our trauma by talking about it.
That's
openly.
right. This is to another extent. This is basically a open mic like a psychiatrist session, a little bit, just with two amigos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do have the comfy chairs for it. Kinda.
Right.
Yeah.
Being comfy is important.
Being comfy is also very important. Very important. Male sexual frustration should be a podcast topic. That should be like a long form podcast topic.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many topics. If anything, we have too many, and we don't do a good enough job on it. In particular, because I remember a couple of weeks ago, there was there was an actual peer-reviewed study. It was just how a lot of men will look for prostitutes and such, just because they feel pressured from the general idea of masculinity to get laid.
Yeah.
And it's and while I remember thinking this was really funny and I still kind of do. Yeah, hear about that general headline for a scholarly article. I definitely believe it. Full-heartedly. I think sex is overrated as fuck. You should. You don't have to get big thing I'm gonna push. You don't have to fuck people if you don't actually want to fuck or whatever. Like, you don't feel pressure to fuck if you don't want to.
All right, asexuality rights activists.
Yeah. Asexual rights activists. I mean, I like the asexuals. I just think they're flag shit. A little bit.
Did you ever meet any?
I'll meet some, sure. They're on the internet. Asexuals, leave a comment in below.
Right.
Anyway, no. But this is gonna sound like more of a feminist talking point, and also this is where my red pillness becomes blue a little bit. I like some feminist talking points. I don't like their man hating, but I do like focus on consent and all this. Again, we'll also talk about this because sometimes, what if you just want to fuck? And you know what? It's not romantic. It's fucking going through every little thing. Oh, can I kiss you? Oh, can I do this and that?
It takes skill to make that romantic.
Yeah, it does take skill to make that romantic. You gotta have a nice sultry voice in order to make that work.
Not everyone is blessed.
Not everyone is as blessed as the members of the boys next door.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, dude, if you're going out there trying to look for a prostitute just because you feel uncomfortable about not getting laid, if you feel uncomfortable about not getting laid but not actually wanting to fuck, that's a weird fucked up reason to try to have sex.
Well, you could be curious.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm not saying you shouldn't be curious. And also, again, I'm very pro prostitution. Quote me on this.
Yep.
The virtual boy, pro legal prostitution. So edgy. Edgy 2018 opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you shouldn't be trying to have sex for other people. Just because your pleasures being dependent on what other people think of you is the worst reason to do hedonistic things. I want to drink to be cool. I want to fuck to be cool.
Well, a lot of sex itself is giving other people pleasure.
Also, yeah. Well, that's why I kind of wanted. That's why I kind of wanted to say that because fucking you should. Men finger girls well. Fucking as the straight boy of this podcast. Give girls a good time. Don't be a bitch. Also, if she's on her period, you work the pussy and don't be a bitch. This is a PSA from the virtual boy. Gabe.
All right, this is haram right here.
This is absolutely haram. This is a haram podcast. If you are in a Islamic state, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Report to your local police station. You just got fucked.
Mm-hmm.
This is haram. This podcast is haram.
Yeah, take cover.
Take cover. The police will be getting you soon. The morality police.
We can't really help you.
We can't help you. We're over here, and also we're probably in the past by the time you listen to this. We can't help you. But yeah, no, don't fuck people just because you fucking feel pressured and because you have something to prove. It's like, you know why you should fuck people? Because you want to fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And
they want to fuck you.
And they want to fuck you. That is the most honest and like I think the most pure kind of fucking.
Yeah.
You know, there shouldn't be anything else too much involved. I know there's money, there's social prestige, and there's pressure in society and all that. No. All that is bullshit. You should fuck because fucking is its own virtue.
Amen.
Yeah. But that's one bit of what this podcast is about. It's about honesty. It's about fucking. It's about not being a punk ass bitch about it.
Mm.
What else are we about? What else are we about?
We're about myths and legends and fiction.
Oh yes, we're big myth makers here. We're Americans. You see, we believe in the dream, and if the dream can't come true, then why not pretend? We believe in the Mothman. We believe in the fluoride in our water. We believe that we don't, but we believe
The power of positive thinking.
The power of positive thinking. Jim Carrey would never lie to you, even though reportedly he's an asshole on set and people hate working with him. Shout out to Jim Carrey. Tone it down. Yeah, no, and also The Secret. If you wish it, it will be. That is possible if you're doing I don't know, if you have the ambition to work on your goals and stuff, but you shouldn't be
It's necessary but not sufficient.
Yeah, it's necessary, not sufficient. Don't be oh, I'm gonna get everything I want just because I want it. It's no, that's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get what you're gonna get, but you should try anyway.
You should.
I'm a big Sisyphus guy. If you're listening to this podcast, you are a Sisyphus guy too. You're joining the Sisyphus Fitness Club, where you push a boulder every day to get gains. That is also a big thing in this podcast is to get gains.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get good, and you need to be able to face the trials of every day without being a pussy ass bitch, and realize that life is suffering, but it's a very soothing, very satisfying kind of suffering. At least that's my personal point of view.
We're both about personal development.
We're very much both about self-actualization, about aspiring to what a person can be and what they should be. I don't know, man, that good shit. Don't aspire to be a spree shooter, because then you'll be shot.
And with that, I think we'll leave you here.
No, we're not. This guy always wants to finish a little bit too early. We need only 5-10 more minutes. What else?
I appreciate that.
No!
You're not premature.
I'm not premature. I try hard. I got the stamina, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be a content machine. You gotta be able to produce. You need to be able to match the time lengths required. You need to be able to pad out time in order to satisfy your sponsorships, which do not exist. Yes. But no, anyway, yeah, I'm a big Reddit boy. I'm a big 4chan boy. I don't like Tumblr. If you like Tumblr, well, you're gonna have a bad time here.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna have a bad time. Polish death camps. How do you feel about Tumblr? I hate Tumblr. Besides, the whole atmosphere
Tumblr is
of it.
good for porn, but other than that,
Tumblr, heard it here. Tumblr is good for porn gifs. It's pretty good gifs. I don't like the scrolling bit of it. I think every social media website has its own weird visual language. And you have to be able to be able to understand it or be able to accept it.
Well, the infinite scroll is something that Facebook does as well.
It does, but I hate Facebook too. Mm-hmm. Facebook is garbage. Okay. It's all shitty political. Remember when Facebook was just pictures of family members, but now
they're trying to make it
But now, yeah.
Right? Again, yeah, because
they're trying to.
Because of the Trump thing, they were oh, we blame ourselves for having elected Trump, so.
Oh my god! That's another podcast. We're not doing it. We're gonna bitch about we'll have Facebook the podcast. Fucking Facebook is trash. Fuck Facebook. Just post your pictures on random. This is what you do. This is where you post your pictures. Okay. You download them onto a USB flash drive and then you hide them in a brick inside a subway tunnel, and then you're just and you just leave cryptic hints around the city, and then whoever actually gives a shit about you will follow the hints, and you'll have the best photo viewership ever of the local homeless people who don't have anything else to do because they're out on the street on heroin, and they have access to cyber cafes, and they will know you. That is the alternative to Facebook. Post your Instagram pictures, not on Instagram, but on USB flash drives, and embed them into the walls of buildings. That is what you should do. There's no other possible alternative. It's the only thing.
Life is a game.
Life is a game. Depends on how you play it. And yeah, we can okay, now we can end it. Fine. This is.
I'm sorry not to please you.
Oh, I am not sexually satisfied at all, man.
Well, this is why we have to keep on going.
You know, that's why you have to keep on going.
Yes.
Hopefully, we have enough content to just keep on going for months, if not years, if not decades, until the internet just becomes a bunch of servers in a warehouse and humanity has become destroyed by the robot menace.
We're bringing you to the edge, but we're not giving you release.
Yes, we're fucking like a Chinaman. We're bringing you to the edge and not giving you release. Do you know that joke, actually?
No, I've never heard that.
Oh, no, that's from... you gotta watch, what's a good movie? It's by that guy who was a molester, who's in Switzerland now. It's, Chinatown!
Oh,
it's in Chinatown, that joke. Chinatown, which is about California being created, and like it's, there's a twist, and there's water. Water is a big plot point in the movie. The point is, if you fuck like a Chinaman, if you fuck but don't come to release, and then you take a break and you come back to it. That's what fucking like a Chinaman is. And that's what fucking like a Chinaman is about.
Alright, well, I learned something new today.
Fun fact. Fact. Alright, we can end there.
Okay,
we've been trying to end for like 5-10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so this has been The Boys Next Door. This has been The Virtual Boy.
This has been Polish Death Camps.
Alright, and see you next time. End transmission.